the euro dollar for September, the week of September 28. As you see in the weekly chart, we did break above last week's high, and we turned around and we closed at 168.95, which is below our structural point, or the 20-week breakout of 147.18. This is quite a significant close, because it does indicate the strength that might be coming in, or the buying that might be coming into the dollar. So we have seen the strength, if you will, or the buying that's coming in the dollar CAD, in the dollar pound, in the dollar, slightly in the dollar Swiss, and then last but not least, we having this weakness in the euro, which also indicates that we are having some buying coming into the dollar, even though the euro has made made new highs versus the euro pound, versus the sterling pound. So that again confirms what we have seen in the dollar index, that there might be some buying coming into the dollar, and we should take that into consideration. So I should be looking, or should I expect some follow through to the downside in the euro dollar, and our buying point in the euro, again, if this is going to initiate a new position, so our new buying would be, for new buyers, would be above 1.4718. So our new buying point, or a structure point in the euro dollar, is 147.18. I'm going to set that now in the radar screen, and the structure long would be okay. I'm just going to put we should, as I said, be looking for another push down towards maybe the 140, back to the 143.33.7 here versus the dollar. Of course, this would require us to break below the high of 2 weeks ago, which is the 146.30. So our next selling point would be the 146.30, which is also this week's low and 2 weeks high. So that the 146.30 is going to be a significant point to initiate our new shorts in the euro dollar. So I'm going to put that our short point 146, and we had it from last week to go short below 146.85, so we are now 146.89. So again, I'm just on the safe side. I'm going to put 146.30, and these are points that we should be pressing to the short side. Going to the daily chart and the euro, as you would see, we did have 2 weeks decline, and then on Friday we had a 2 days decline, and then on Friday we had a pushback up, reversing above the prior day's low, but we are still below the 147.20. The 147.20 is one and the same as the 147.18, so I'm just gonna leave it there. We should be looking, if the prices do trade above the 147.20, then we are going to be buyers of the euro, looking for a push towards the high and a retest of the 149.54, which was, as you can see, our structure points going all the way back to 2008. So that, if the euro goes and trades above the 147.20, that should indicate that we should be getting the next push up towards the 149.54. This is not particularly that bearish, if you will, because we had a reversal on Friday, closing back above the prior day's low and above 2 days low. So that is a positive sign, and we're looking for a continued strength. If we take a look at the intraday, we had here in the New York session, we had two reversals. One reversal when it bounced back above the prior day's low, which is the 146.27, going all the way to the other side and testing the 147.20 and then failing, which is, again, as I said, the negative point, the negative setup. Then we had a late day reversal. So that late day reversal, as I said, since it's at the end of the day, that is a sign of strength. But I would be cautious now in taking the first break out of the range. So we can keep an eye on the opening range in Tokyo. If we do have a break above the range, we will be looking for a test of the 147.20. If we do trade above the 147.20, then we'll initiate our longs, and we are going to put our stops below the 147, so we will have a very low risk on the trade. We can actually put our stop below 147.12. So if we go long above 147.20, then we are going to put our stop below 147.12. So I'm going to put my long stop below 147. I'll put it 10 because you have to give it a little bit of room. So if you go long, we're going to place our stop below 147.10. If we have a break to the downside out of the Tokyo range, I want to be going short, as I said, below the 146.80 or the 146. As you see here, we have multiple. We have a 2 days low, we have a 3 days low, we have quite a solid area between the 146.80 and the 146.90. This is quite a solid support area, and if we do break below it, then that is a good sign for us to initiate a short, and we're going to place our stops right above the 146.90. There is no we have to be cautious when we're taking the euro dollar, because as you see, the dollar looks like it is gaining strength on all the other pairs. So we have to keep an eye on this, because if the dollar resumes its strength and it begins to reverse versus the yen, then it should follow suit with the euro dollar also.